As promised, the second part of the Neji got shafted saga continues, except this time around with a more upbeat tone, as you can see. Part 1 is in the description. There are 2 points on this side of the argument that I'd like to go over, those being pacing and impact for the first, and author motivation for the second. So let's get right into it. Oh boy, I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this one, but am I the only one that just did not give a damn when Neji got spiked? Well, that's not completely true. Let me clarify. My reaction to his death, and I remember it vividly, was as follows. Confusion, surprise, anger, and apathy. The first two make sense, but the last two need some contextualizing, I believe. I wasn't angry because he died. I was angry because of the way he died. It was so sudden, it came without warning and was handled really badly by Kishimoto, at least in my opinion. I was angry because Neji was a character I really liked, especially when I was younger. He wasn't one of my favorites, sure, but I really liked his design, his character, and his fighting style. I honestly think that the Hyuga style of fighting and the Byakugan are one of Kishimoto's most creative ideas. You know, before he started spamming the Sharingan and its abilities more than Naruto spams shadow clones. And as I'm sure you know, that's a lot. And yet, this guy, someone we had known from pretty much the very start, just kinda died. No build-up, no foreshadowing, nothing. Just think back at how the deaths of some other more prominent characters were handled. Sarutobi, Jiraiya, Itachi, even goddamn Danzo had a better death if you ask me. Their deaths, to a lesser or greater extent, had build-up, were used as great moments for characterization, and propelled the story forwards in significant ways. While Neji's death was nothing but shock factor, used for nothing more than to try and give this whole great ninja war some weight. Honestly, it just felt cheap, hence the anger. Now, you might argue, well, that's just war for you. People can die without warning. That's the nature of it. And Kishimoto was perhaps trying to exemplify this. And if we were talking about any other series, I might agree with you. But this is Naruto we're talking about. Death has never been used for simple shock factor. This isn't a Kamega kill. Shade aside, death has always had a profound place in Naruto. A precedent set by Zabuza and Haku in the very first arc. No major, nor minor supporting character had ever been shafted in such a fabulous fashion before this, be it a good or bad guy. In any case, that makes for a good transition. Why apathy? Well, that arc as a whole really did Naruto a giant disservice. Motifs that propelled the series from its very conception went to hell, pacing went to hell, power scaling, hell, the plot, yeah, you get it by now. It was all one giant mess. And Neji's death was the nail in the coffin for me. I couldn't bring myself to care. I felt drained. And the only moment that my enthusiasm for the series got jolted back to life momentarily was when this happened, and later during the Sasuke vs Naruto fight, when they stopped going Super Saiyan Cubic Cloak Sage Sharingan 5 and fought like in the good old days. Now, let's finally move on to the next, much briefer point, author motivation. Why did Kishimoto decide to kill off Neji? I don't know if you know this, but he actually gave a reason. And God Almighty was I peeved when I heard what it was. He wanted Neji's death to be the thing that finally cemented Naruto's and Hinata's relationship together. If that is indeed true, I honestly think it is beyond unnecessary. I'm trying real hard to stay family friendly right now. The reason makes absolutely no sense story-wise. Hinata already professed her love for Naruto and jumped in head first when no one else would, knowing she stood no chance against pain, in order to protect him and almost died in the process. Are you really trying to tell me that her cousin needed to bite it in order for Naruto to finally somehow realize his affection for Hinata? Not to mention that he needed another whole movie for it to actually materialize. I know the guy's thick-headed, but damn! To me, the reason is clear. Kishimoto wanted to delay Naruto and Hinata from being with each other after the pain arc so that he could do it later, near the end of the series. Shipping wars were, and somehow still are, a big part of the Naruto fandom. And so, because of this, he needed a catalyst, an additional plot point to make their relationship a reality, at least in his eyes. And that came in the form of Neji's spiking. That's never gonna get old. His death, from an external perspective at least, was meaningless and easily avoidable. This is where he clearly differs from all other Naruto characters that lived and or died tragically. All of this, together with the points I made in part 1, prove to me at least that Neji is indeed the most tragic character in Naruto. And with that, the shafting of Neji is complete. Don't get me wrong, I really did like Neji. I'm making fun only for the sake of making the video more entertaining. If by any chance you wanna get my full perspective on this issue, feel free to take a look at part 1, which is in the description. As always, hope you enjoyed, feedback is always appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.